All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia. Season 2.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. Fight on Iida.
Yes. There's some pretty big shoes to fill right here.
Yeah.
Being the successor to that episode.
Mm-hmm. The previous episode being a, penultimate kind of episode of the season, it seems. There's, still more tournament to go through.
Yes.
So we have to do more fights and stuff. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of kind of after effect kind of
I
recap almost. Not just like, just showing the same footage over and over again, but like people thinking about and feeling
processing
the effects.
what happened.
Processing, exactly. Yeah. Great way to put it.
And it does look like we have some easy fights to allow that to happen.
Yes, we have Iida and the Vines girl.
Right.
And we also have Tokoyami and Mina Ashido.
Right. And
those two fights in particular seem like kind of
one-sided.
One-sided shootings for the respective guys involved in the fights.
Right.
But then the afterwards fight of Bakugo and Kirishima seems to be a little bit less one-sided. I think Bakugo's going to win.
Bakugo's totally going to win, but it's not going to be quite as easy, at least from the standpoint that it's going to take longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think that they'll go through more than 3 fights in this episode, though.
I would be surprised if they did 3 fights.
Yeah, because then they would be bringing back Todoroki for a fight.
Exactly.
After the fight that he just did here.
Right. And I could see this being something where they do like a couple of the easy fights, and then they do some like character talking and like just stuff like that.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's get into it.
You might get more than you wanted, Endeavor.
捨てられるわけねえだろ。そう簡単に覆るわけねえよ。ただあの時あの一瞬はお前を忘れた。
Yes.
それがいいのか悪いのか正しいことなのか少し。
Yep, that's good.
もうこれ綺麗に元通りとはいかない。
Holy crap.
破片が関節に残らないよう摘出しないと。治癒はその後だ。
Jeez.
Wow.
やりすぎだ。あんたも。
Yeah.
この子も。
Just a
あん
bit.
た、これを褒めちゃいけないよ。
Oh.
はじめまして。騒がしいね。
They're seeing him. They just don't know who it is.
Yeah.
しばらく補修タイムだそうだ。すいません。果たせなかった。
君が来たってこと。
Yeah, I knew that was gonna come back to
Yep.
be the thing that bit
黙っ
him.
ていれば、轟君にあんなこと言っておいて、僕は。
君は彼に何かもたらそうとしていた。
確かに轟君悲しすぎて余計なお世話を考えてしまった。
でもな、余計なお世話ってのは
It just might have changed his
ヒ
life.
ーローの本質でもある。レシピロバースト。
Right off.
Oh my gosh!
That was great.
See, that's the kind of potential I see for Iida.
Yeah.
That kind of speed you just can't react to. Yeah, this is unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was 2 fights.
Yep.
There it goes.
とりあえず歩けるくらいには治癒を進めたよ。
ありがとうございます。
それは短期間で
Oh, his fingers.
その
Wow.
歪んじまった右手を戒めにするんだね。それからこういう怪我は今後
Oh, shoot. She's done.
こんな破滅的な方法じゃなくて
That's good.
Yeah, 'cause otherwise it'd be enabling.
模索しなさい。
遊泳の先生になったのは
Mhm.
もともと後継を探すためだったんですよね。それで僕
後継になるべき人間が他にいるんじゃってか。
はい。
確かにここは
No.
素晴らしいヒーローの卵たちが
Oh.
ワン・フォー・オールは力の結晶。個性あるもの。例えば轟少年が引き継
Oh,
ぐ
interesting.
判例判熱の上超パワーを持ったスーパーヒーローとなるだろう。
じゃあ
けどな、私も無個性だ。
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! That's so perfect!
Yes.
オール
Oh! Oh, that makes it so good!
珍しい部類だったよ。
Oh.
そんな話一度も。
聞かれなかったからね。聞かれると思ってたのに。
オールマイトも無個性だ。
Oh, that's so good.
That's awesome.
最初はかつての自分と
Yeah.
重ねていたよ。
Mm-hmm.
しかし、
Oh.
君は私の想像をもう何度も
Wow.
超えてきた。君にしか導き出せないものがあると私は思っている。
Ah, crap.
すみません。もしもし兄さん。
Oh, good. Oh. That's his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
兄さん。
Nice.
It's your style, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks almost like a Turian.
He does look like a Turian, yeah.
Oh no.
Wait, this is where they bring back the guy.
間違いない。やつだ。
Yep. Oh crap.
見つけたぞ。ヒーロー殺し。
Oh! Oh! Oh!
君と轟くんの戦い。
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
飯田くんの活躍。お兄さん。インゲニウ
Ingenium.
ムも見てるかな。
Or Ingenium.
さっき電
Ingenium.
話してきたんだが、仕事中だったよ。
Oh no.
したんだ。でも逆に良かった。
Wow.
ここまで来たらナンバーワンで報告し。
Oh no, they're setting this up.
Oh,
Really?
boy.
Oh no.
Ah.
人を導く愛すべきヒーロー。
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Crap.
俺はそんな兄に
Okay.
憧れ、ヒーローを志した。
さっきと違って聞いてる。てめえ全身ガチガチに決まり続けてんだろ。その状態で速攻仕掛けてちゃいずれどっか起こるぶわ。
Wow. Jeez. Oh, they're doing a fourth fight. Maybe with Iida and
No, they're probably gonna have Iida find out that his brother's dead or something like that right before
jeez. Oh, that
the
would
end of the
suck.
episode.
歩けるくらいには回復してもらった。
休んでた方がいいんじゃ。
ちゃんと見ておきたいんだ。ヒーローを目指すみんなの活躍を。緑谷君のような打ち消しはできん。炎を使うようになったのなら、タクは迫られる。
But he knows about your Reciproverse is the problem.
Yeah.
魔を与えないつもりか。
Oh, well, now it's over.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
エンジン停止まで約10秒。その間に決める。
Oh, crap. Oh! Holy crap! What? Oh. Oh, crap.
Oh.
いい攻撃ばかり見せてたからこういう小細工は頭から抜けてたよな
Dang.
警戒はしてたんだがレシプロ避けられねえなさすがに
Nice and quick, but
Yep.
it's done.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh.
どいつもこいつもヒーロー
Holy crap! What?
てめえらはヒーローなんじゃね
Oh, this is so interesting.
彼だけだ俺をやっていいのは
Oh. All Might?
Yeah.
オールマイト
Yeah.
だけだ
Holy
Oh.
crap.
シュラメ
常闇はここまで無敵に近い個性で勝ち上がってきたが今回は防戦イベント
闇が尽きれば終わる
Oh. Okay.
兵を狙うつもりがこいつますます機敏につかめダキシャの
Oh, he's doing the reverse direction. part.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
相性が悪かったな
Holy crap.
罪で参った
Dang. Bakugo is legit.
Okay.
Yep, of course.
They really burned through the last of the matches.
Haha, no pun intended.
Oh.
飯田君
Good positive attitude, Iida.
Yeah, but that's not gonna last very long.
No, it's not.
Oh boy.
What?
電話だ
Oh.
Oh no.
He was.
母さん
Ah.
Oh, holy crap. Oh, he's like drinking it. Ugh.
お前らは気づきもしない偽善と虚栄で覆われた
Oh,
密
interesting.
な社会
He is a Scar kind of character.
Yeah.
ヒーローと呼ばれる者ども俺が気づかせてやる
Interesting.
我々
It's Kuroguri.
探しましたよ
Hero Killer Stain.
He's gonna teleport him into
悪
the.
名高いあなたにぜひと
Wow.
も会いたかったお時間
Yeah,
少
they
々
are
よろ
on
しいでしょうか
they are on different sides effectively. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
that happened.
that happened.
Is that our first on-screen death for my hero?
Maybe. I mean, technically,
Holy crap.
it wasn't quite
Okay,
on screen.
we we did not predict this at all. They went through 4 fights. Well,
Or no,
5
5
fights.
fights.
5 fights in one episode.
Yeah.
Some of the fights only lasted like 7 seconds.
Okay.
The poor Vines girl. I keep forgetting what her name was. It was something like Shinso's name, but it was
Right.
slightly different. But anyways, and Mina, of course, is out. That was unfortunate.
You know what's crazy though? If Iida hadn't used Recipro Burst in the cavalry battle, he might have actually
he
beaten
might have
Todoroki.
beaten Todoroki. That was the point I was trying to make a while ago. Was that Iida has this high potential upswing,
Right.
Because super speed is such a busted power.
It really is.
And
especially when
Yeah.
you have to move people out of bounds. Like,
oh right, especially in this format,
Yeah.
it's even better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Iida isn't like a typical super speed character where they have quick reaction time too.
right.
He has to accelerate. It's an engine thing,
Yeah.
so it's balanced. Yeah, but holy crap! Yeah, those are good fights. But they focus on Bakugo specifically being someone that can instantly find out someone's
Yes.
weakness.
I thought that was really cool how they made him just figure it out during the fight. Like,
Which is like, okay, he's a tactical genius
yeah,
now. Like,
right, he's perceptive.
yeah, and specifically in combat,
Right.
Because I think we've seen him use that kind of thinking a couple times when he was fighting Deku. Like there's a part where he, switches up his entry of attacks, like what attacks he uses first.
Yeah.
He does the reverse direction thing. He does a part where he uses the momentum of his own explosions to swing his arm this way while he's holding onto Deku's arm and slam him onto the ground. He's a really good fighter in that regard.
Yes.
And he seems to be one of the people that also thinks quickly on their feet, as opposed to someone like Momo, who doesn't think quickly on their feet.
Yeah. Now, okay, so can we just talk a bit, though, about that thing?
Can we like save it a little bit?
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about kind of the tournament stuff. I know the tournament just went like way below our priority list for a second there.
Now this is all right. A couple things that I liked. One, the fact that Recovery Girl basically said, "I'm not going to keep doing this." I thought that was great. That takes her character and adds a lot to her. Besides just the fact that All Might trusts her with the secret of One for All and stuff like that. The fact that All Might was once quirkless was amazing. That scene was fantastic. I loved it.
I should have said something, because I had been thinking that this whole time. I mean, I don't think I ever really said and predicted it in an episode.
But it was one of those things that we wondered, like, if you give One for All to somebody who already has a quirk, do they lose the quirk or what?
Yeah, does One for All subsume and become the quirk that they have?
Does it just like harvest it for like
can
make One for All
people
more powerful,
actually have two quirks in one body?
Right. Well, it looks like they can.
It looks like they can now, apparently, specifically with One for All, because One for All has this kind of, I don't know, kind of this joining thing to it.
Right.
Because I think the quirk is basically just the ability to pass on quirks.
Yeah.
However, it's become combined with the previous holder's quirk. So quirks evolve. Like, here's one thing I think we can extrapolate from this, is that quirks do not stay the same. Quirks change over time. But specifically, I would say, like, S-class level quirks, like One for All, they have more potential for evolution. Like Kirishima's has less potential for evolution than someone like Momo's quirk.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe Tokiyami's.
Or Tokiyami's, yeah.
Now, okay, so they had Midoriya be eliminated from the tournament, and then to compensate for that, they then burned through all the other fights. They set it up so that way the main character can still have stuff that they're doing without having them be sidelined for too long. Yeah,
but it also seems like they're hinting at potential for him to go through some training with All Might.
Yes, and I'm very excited about that.
That's what we've been waiting for a while.
Exactly.
I kind of am surprised that they waited this long to get to it. And we're probably going to have to wait at least a couple more episodes before they actually get into it, you know? So...
And I loved... Oh, man, that was so crazy how everyone comes into his hospital room.
And
All Might is in his weak form, but because he's in his weak form, they don't recognize him, but they still saw him. Like...
Yeah, that's the number of people that All Might is kind of... that know things theoretically about All Might's connection to Deku is now no longer just Bakugo added to that list.
Yeah.
We now have Iida, Uraraka, Sue, and Mineta.
Yeah.
So...
Not exactly sure why Mineta was in there.
Oh, well, Mineta was involved with the USJ incident with Deku specifically, so they have a little bit of connection, Jacob.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, think about it.
No, that makes
sense. That's why
Sue
was there.
Right, yes.
Yeah. So it's the same reason why Mineta was there.
Now...
Should we talk about it now? Just go right to it. Because there's so many things.
We got so much right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got a lot right. Well, specifically, Iida was set up, unfortunately, I think, to be a tragic character.
But
he has all this enthusiasm. No, think about it.
I know.
He has all this positivity. He has all this enthusiasm.
And we are going to miss those times when he was, bravo, and all that. Because I get the feeling he might not do that
much after this.
Yeah.
So Iida is set up to be this perfect, side supportive, encouraging, positive character that just uplifts everyone's spirits. And he's like my favorite character, by the way. He's like one of my favorite, like at least of Class 1A, like he's my favorite. I mean, I love Deku and All Might, but I'm kind of pushing them to the side to be like, of all the students and stuff, Iida's my favorite.
Caleb, what if we saw a darker side of Iida?
Oh.
Like,
but I don't think he would jump that far quickly.
No, but
I think if anything, he could kind of temporarily lose his way. You know?
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to go full dark.
No,
right?
no.
Maybe a darker side, yes, absolutely. But I think it's going to be more of a tempered side, because right now he's so ridiculously positive and over the top.
But that's why we love him.
That's why we loved him. But the other thing is that we will love him even more as he struggles with this, because this is effectively a way that a character can make mistakes and have it make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Now, okay, so I was expecting... Okay, Stain... That was his name? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has... and he has that lizard-like tongue or whatever, but he still looks surprisingly human. Yeah,
he's not some kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain like you thought. He's totally a human. He maybe has some aspect of like animalistic tendencies that changed his body physically because of his quirk, which now makes me wonder, like, were we right about the cannibal thing too? Yeah. Because he was licking the blood.
He was. And it kind of... Okay, and he has a sword, right?
He has multiple swords.
I only saw one.
He has the Nodachi type long style sword. So it looks really like worn out. Like he's been using that quite a bit. And if he's got a reputation, that means he's known as the hero killer. Like he goes around killing heroes.
Right. He is literally Scar.
Yeah, he's literally Scar from Fullmetal Alchemist, but he is doing it instead of a people that have fallen from the ways of God like Scar. He's doing it from a you are like false heroes. Yeah. You're going after vanity. What was the words? Vanity, power, glory.
Vanity, power, money? And fame. Oh,
fame,
yeah, and
fame.
Money.
And money, yeah. So he's basically looking at society based around the heroes as they are and saying, like, oh, this disgusts me.
Right.
And he said he'll only let All Might kill him.
Because All Might was like the real hero or whatever.
Maybe that's what it is. He is a twisted version of someone like Deku, who was inspired by All Might.
And then he saw how fake
everyone else
was.
Oh, and Endeavor is a great example of that.
Yep.
I was trying to think, like, well, we haven't... Oh, wait, yes, we have. I'm like, we see the most fakest hero of them all, who's... we don't know if Endeavor has killed people. Like...
I get the feeling he has,
you know?
Yeah.
It's like, we're supposed to incarcerate villains. Endeavor's like, nah, just burn them.
It's a waste of time. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like his style, too.
So, what do you think his quirk is?
Something to do with other people's, like, bodies. Like, he either eats them and he gets stronger. He either, like, drinks their blood and becomes stronger.
Okay.
I think it's something to do with... I think it's something to do with a combination of him using blood, their bodies. I think we're on the right lines with Cannibal. Yeah. I don't know exactly what it could be, but he feels like he could take on All Might.
Now, here's something I'm wondering. Okay, now, a sword against superheroes, especially if they're superheroes with, like, hardening or something or whatever, right? Or say, Iida's brother, he had armor. I don't know what that armor was made of, but...
You fold steel enough and you get it sharp enough, you can cut through a lot of stuff.
Right, but
maybe he has a speed quirk and it's just that he can apply the force to things and it just breaks through.
Yep, okay, I could see that because that was one of the things that I was immediately wondering. His sword wouldn't be all that effective against superheroes unless he had some kind of quirk that at least helped it.
Maybe one of his hobbies is that he forges things. Like, he actually, like, creates his own swords, and he's like, these swords I've spent, these knives, these blades, these everything, I've spent tons of time on. He kind of looks like some kind of ex-commando who was specialized in blades, which seems very out of place for this world. So
it does.
Maybe his quirk has something to do with the blades as well.
Right.
Like I don't think he's one of those imbue power quirks.
Right, I don't think so.
Makes his blades strong.
I don't think so either. But even if it was something as simple as enhanced speed and strength, that would definitely help with the sword.
But I think the potential cannibalism type thing has an aspect to that. So where maybe he needs to imbibe the DNA, the blood, the flesh of other heroes to make himself stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems really dark, but they just killed someone. At least I'm pretty sure they killed him.
He was dead.
He was dead. He was dead. There was blood everywhere.
And I'm pretty sure there was an arm missing.
Oh,
like
I didn't see that.
Or not an arm missing, but like separated from the body.
Okay, well, at
I
the
might have
very
been wrong,
least, then
but-
he's been maimed.
But
if he is the hero killer, then yeah,
he's dead.
Tensei is dead.
Yeah.
So, Iida is going to react to this horribly. Like they're just setting it up perfectly. In fact, now that I look back on it, I'm really worried about other really positive characters in this show now, like Uraraka, because Uraraka had it set up to where she had to try harder.
Right.
She had to go beyond her capacity, plus ultra, basically.
I feel like they've kind of done.
But they've come that for Uraraka.
Thing.
But there's potential for that with other characters.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of like Deku, to an extent.
Yeah.
I feel like Deku's the other example of someone like Iida who has that relentless positivity and yet he has been dealt a bad hand through the beginning of his life, but now he has that extra motivation. But he was pretty downtrodden by the loss, and not to jump subjects here, but he was saying maybe you should switch your candidate.
I actually really like that they had that in there. I really like how they had that in there and how they handled Todoroki's little encounter with Endeavor. Because how should I say this? In the same way that Todoroki it might seem like he was regressing, humans aren't linear, right?
We're not.
If we go through some growth moment, it's not going to be some instantaneous progression where suddenly now we've put that behind us and everything.
Even though everyone would like their characters in their fake shows to be written that way, that's not how people work.
Yeah. And with Deku, it absolutely makes sense that there would be times where he would doubt himself, where he would be like, you know what, I'm not cut out for this, I can't do this. And that's why we love this story, because it's a story about an underdog, a person who questions whether they can actually, succeed and do all the things that they've dreamed of doing, which makes it all that much more rewarding when it's
the struggle, guys. The thing that connects us all is the struggle.
Absolutely.
Life itself.
Yep.
Okay, so we have an
alliance.
Yeah, we have an interesting alliance that potentially is forming. So Kurogiri has approached this Stain guy,
right,
and is basically saying, "Hey, we've heard about you,
right,
and I'd like to recruit you." I get the feeling actually that he wouldn't want to be involved with those guys.
No, but here's how I think they could. They could get him to do what they want, not to work with them, but to do what they want. Because his objectives so far as we can see, are pretty simple.
Yes,
He wants to basically attack the things that he sees as hypocritical in the hero society. Right.
Right.
The tournament is
very hypocritical.
Is very hypocritical. Like when even in this episode they showed it as everyone kept getting beaten, and the crowd is cheering.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just thundering their applause.
It's all a game.
It's all a game to them.
And then people like Shinso, for instance.
Yeah.
People like Shinso would, to an extent, kind of really agree with this Stain guy.
Yes.
They've been under the effects of that that society for a while.
I get the feeling Stain is a loner, though. So.
Oh, he's totally a loner.
I mean, maybe he'd take like an apprentice or something, but
that would be kind of cool.
That would be that. I feel almost that'd be like the Hound in Arya, but much more evil.
Much more
evil.
So here's where I think that they're kind of going with this: is they're going to attack the idea of what it means to be a hero from a different angle. So we're going to have characters that are reminded what it means to be a hero via All Might Deku and just the story.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be other people that will waver. And they'll be like, wait, what does it mean to be a hero?
Yeah.
Bakugo, for instance. Like, he's that kind of character where being a hero means winning and being at the top and being able to beat everyone.
And I would say he would be one of the people that would make other people question what it means to be a hero. But he himself is so set and driven that...
No. I'm not saying that he wavers in the sense that he's just an example of someone that creates the
heroic.
question.
Yeah.
He's not heroic. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He is a hypocrite, I would say.
No.
No. Well, no, he's not a hypocrite.
He's very honest about what he's all about.
Yes, that's true. But I'm wondering, like, what what type of characters would this Stain guy actually go after? I could see him going after people like Bakugo.
Well, and see, here's the thing. I think that the villains are the ones that are actually trying to like shift people's mindsets. Stain is just after punishing, the evildoers,
so is
right?
Stain being kind of manipulated by the bigger bads?
Maybe, but the thing is, okay, and this is something that actually makes me really excited because Stain
I know where you're going with this.
Stain will let them do their thing. He'll be like, "Yeah, you're giving me what I want. Okay, sure," but they do not control him. And I get the feeling, even when Kurogiri showed up and Stain was just immediately like sword right there, they, I think, are scared of him.
Oh, I think so too.
I think they're scared of him because he's been doing his loner deal this whole time. He hasn't been stopped by the heroes,
right? And
he hasn't been like approached or taken out as a threat or whatever by the villains,
right?
So
crap.
I think we could get some really cool Mexican standoff action going forward, where like Stain and then disintegrating hands.
Oh, Shigaraki.
Shigaraki, yeah, Stain, Shigaraki, and then like All Might or Deku or Todoroki or one of them, like all just like in this.
Oh, that would be so good. It'd be interesting because there would be an ideological battle.
Yeah,
like there would be almost a there would be a lot of good talking before the fighting, which is kind of a shonen thing to do, but usually it's on baseless things about, their attack came from this angle.
Yeah, or
it was
whatever.
so difficult and so fast. But in this, they could be like, yeah, how are you being a hero? Deku is actually a great example of a true hero.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
he is becoming what it means to be a hero, and that's why he's being trained up to do.
And that they could get some really cool interactions with him and Stain, as Stain is like, you're actually a good kid.
Right. But like, would Stain and him be like rivals? Or would they be like...
Deku would try to stop Stain, but he probably couldn't, is what I'm guessing.
Right, but my thing is that would they at some point become allies? Like I'm thinking way far ahead.
Okay.
I'm thinking that this Stain guy has the potential to join the heroes.
What you're talking is like the G.I. Joe fan service where Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes must team together, for this one thing to do something awesome.
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening, but I hope
they
don't actually have them be allies because he's killed people. They might be fighting against a common enemy at some point.
Right.
But
that's what I mean.
That is it.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
That's it.
And now here's something I just thought of.
People.
Here's something I just thought of. So in the Mexican standoff thing, there's someone that would almost be even better of a matchup against Shigaraki and Stain. When I think of Stain, he almost seems like the anti-Aizawa.
Aizawa.
They even had the same kind of art for when they were introduced.
That's
Aizawa
true.
being on the building with the instead of the rags,
they are
like
polar
swirling
opposites
around
of
them.
each other.
Yep, they are loners. They are specifically like
they target
people with powers. Right?
Oh, that's really good, Jacob. Like let's think about that then. That can inform us a little bit on Stain. Let's take that as far as it can go. So Aizawa is a very adept, like specialized.
Yeah.
Like his quirk would not work against someone with a gun.
Right.
Like
potentially not even against Stain because he has a sword. But yeah,
that's a very good point.
Like that could be a pretty intense battle because he has his his steel ribbon scarf thing or whatever.
Right. That would be where the fight would come in. Is that would the swords be able to cut the cloth steel stuff? It might, but it might be a little bit less straightforward than that.
Right.
But if Stain is primarily just a deadly blade master and is just like a army ranger, like he'd kill you with like a tiny like razor blade, like that's all he needs.
Right.
Then the quirk is something that enhances that and goes beyond that.
Yeah, I almost see it like his quirk is some sort of just like general predatory boost.
Exactly. I would say it would be nice to see a quirk that's kind of complicated, but I feel like for him being specifically targeting, it can't be that specific.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it can't be that specific. Here's a way that it could be pretty crazy though. What if it was something that was specifically disposed to basically like blood hunting? So if he's so that basically he can. So if he's going up against someone that actually has blood in their body,
right?
Like he has some way to like know what they're gonna do, track them,
predict their
like
moves.
He gets faster when when he's going after them.
When he gets closer to his target, he gets stronger.
Right.
It's like a mark that any kind of like wolf or something like that
Exactly.
would give.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it could vary in magnitude based on certain parameters, which gives him the potential to fight someone really strong.
Yeah.
But also has the potential for him to lose to someone that's not that strong because they're not marked, for instance.
Sure.
That could be kind of cool. Oh, I really am interested in this Stain guy now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh boy.
I can get why he's probably a very fan favorite character.
Yeah. I wish I kind of wish he looked more animalistic though.
His tongue is pretty.
His tongue is animalistic, but like his face,
it's covered.
Yes,
he might have been
partially or
scarred
whatever,
in some way.
But no, they're not going to go that far.
Oh, you don't know, Jacob.
They could.
This guy has. Whoever creates this stuff,
that's true.
He has
Todoroki is basically Zuko.
Yeah, he has
so
unashamedly ripped off some things and done them very well.
Fair enough.
So this could be his rendition on Scar from FMAB. Guys,
okay, that could totally be a thing.
If you, well, maybe don't sound off in the comments if you agree
don't say
or not,
anything
because
about that.
we don't want to be spoiled on Stain.
We
can tell that he's kind of the next arc's kind of villain.
Yeah, but
I really hope he's not just a casual character.
I want him to be a character with longevity.
Yeah.
I want to see scenes where it's just him and the villains like at odds with each other.
That would
even
be
if
awesome.
the heroes aren't anywhere around. I want to see him like, I don't know, maybe like kill a villain or something. Like
that would be fantastic. Imagine him killing a villain, and they're basically like, "All right, then, screw you."
Yeah, we're not working with you anymore.
Working with that.
We knew it was a bad idea. Like
yeah. And maybe even to some extent, like the big bad has to come in and save Shigaraki or something.
Sure,
like that.
yeah.
Shigaraki is stupid. Like to give his character like a little bit of understanding. He's young and he's inexperienced. That's the vibe he gives off, and everyone else at the Hero Association agrees.
Yeah,
but Stain
I get the feeling
is
Stain
not.
could kill him. Like
oh yeah. Like that.
Yeah, because, like, what is Shigaraki gonna do? Like, even if he could somehow disintegrate his sword...
I think that's probably what he would do.
Which would probably be what
he would do. But the get around behind him and blade to the neck and be like,
yeah,
all
just,
right,
like,
now.
He has range on him. I'm almost certain has speed on him.
Yeah.
And as long as Shigaraki doesn't catch his blade with his hands...
Right.
Then he's dead.
I think Shigaraki has a little bit of speed.
Yes,
but
he does.
It's the question of who has more.
I'm pretty sure Stain.
I'm pretty sure Stain probably has more. It's the kind of thing where Shigaraki has been kind of kept in waiting and been groomed, and he's not fully groomed yet, but they're starting to maybe let him play. And that's what it feels like, is the main villain, whoever it is someone that's very much a calculator, yada, yada, very much kind of in the background, doing their thing. And all these other villains involved, like Kurogiri and Shigaraki and Stain, are kind of like pseudo-lieutenants that aren't necessarily like a hierarchical thing, but they're each doing their purpose.
Yeah.
And I think Kurogiri is a great example of a villain that is probably going to be around forever.
Yeah, and I would say he's probably the least evil of the villain. Like, he might even...
Well, we don't know that.
Well, yeah, we don't necessarily know that. Maybe it's just because he hasn't exactly been able to do anything, like, super, like, twisted. But...
Yeah.
Now
he did tear apart 13, so...
Oh, that's true. Well, technically, 13 tore apart 13. Now, okay, so here's something that where I would say there's no chance that Shigaraki is faster than Stain. Here's why. Shigaraki has a better power. Right? Unless Stain has some kind of quirk that is actually like really freaking good.
Yeah.
Shigaraki has a pretty OP quirk.
He has a pretty busted quirk.
So there's no way they're going to have the person with the busted quirk also be faster than the person who's using a sword.
It's just a one-hit kill weapon.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I think Stain kind of has to be faster.
I also think Stain has to be faster because he uses small blades as well as a long blade.
Yep.
Which means that he's very quick reflexes. He's a quick person. He's probably not top speed fast like Iida.
Yeah, but
he's probably smart, and where he can kind of like Deku, he can see like, their right foot is stepping forward. I'm going to move this direction.
Yeah.
And that speaks to me of someone with like actual combat training.
Right, especially because if you think about when they introduced him, okay, he's brutal. He killed Tensei, right? But then immediately when he's standing there and Kurogiri shows up, we don't even know Kurogiri's there yet, and he just and his sword's suddenly right there in his portal.
Right. Kurogiri had to actually probably direct. He's like, okay, before I see him, I'm going to make sure that my portals are heading somewhere else. So there's this random place elsewhere out there
where this
sword comes out.
Yeah.
And the person's like, what's that?
Yeah.
Or it's like, just some random unoccupied place over the ocean or something.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they, when you're introducing a character, or introducing anything really, the stuff you do earliest tends to be the most important. Right? Because that's what you'll prioritize.
Yep.
The fact that they prioritized Stain's speed and reaction time and mastery of his sword means that must be
important.
Really freaking important.
Yeah. I think the other thing is that we saw kind of the image of him alone on the rooftop of that skyscraper. That's kind of his character. We got a picture of his character, and we were pretty darn accurate, guys.
Yeah,
like,
I
mean, it's pretty.
It wasn't a Ninja Turtle, but
it was pretty easy to kind of predict that type of character fitting in well into this universe.
Yeah. So, do you think he's going to end up attacking the at least the festival, if not the tournament itself?
No, because we're already at the last fight next episode.
Okay, but I could totally see someone turning up dead,
I
maybe not a main character,
I could see it being a thing where a lot of heroes are told to leave the tournament, and help because Stain is nearby.
Right.
Like, imagine the fight's going on and they interrupt it, and Bakugo's like, like, what? And they're like, alert! We have a murderer who's now killed X number of heroes.
Yeah.
And he's nearby. All available heroes. We need
of this level or better.
Yeah, please leave. Like, they call out All Might or Endeavor or any of the really good heroes, and that'd be cool because then we get some introduction to some pros.
Yeah,
like the McCree gun guy.
Yes,
I would love to see him go into battle against Stain because
it's
guns
crazy.
and swords.
That's like Spike Spiegel versus Vicious.
I know. That's what'd be awesome. So, but other than that, they set up also how Stain's character will probably end. His goal is to basically face All Might and change society in some way.
Which means, my prediction is, he's going to end up getting beaten by Deku.
Right.
Because I think he'll...
Yeah,
Deku
that's
will,
kind of easy.
Deku will earn a similar respect that he has for All Might, except that he might be like, but you're a kid, you're inexperienced, whatever. But I do think that will be how Stain will die.
Yeah, I feel like, though, that basically, by it being a thing where All Might will eventually fade away, means that...
Do you think Stain will kill him?
No, I think that Stain will never really get his goal truly realized.
Sure. Yeah.
And because his goal, for some reason, is to die, which is interesting, because I feel like
Or at least he said, I will only ever let All Might kill me. Yeah,
yeah, but I'm reading into this a little bit too much,
right.
but let me run with this. He is not a strictly evil character. They're setting him up that way, okay?
Sure.
Right? So this is a Shinso-type situation, where we immediately look at them and go, he's a killer,
right?
He's
or the
evil.
Hound, or whatever. Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, this is where they move the show into a more mature theme. Stain represents an outcry from society against heroes, which is why I would say most villains are created. They're just people that steal from stuff.
The Watchmen, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And that's a really good one to bring into this whole thing here. But his goal is actually just to make this impact and then be done with it.
Right.
And he will only die. He's basically like making a prophecy. He's like, I will only die to All Might.
Yeah.
I won't let myself die.
Right.
Like, I don't think he's immortal or anything. But he's on like a mission very much like Scar.
Yeah.
But if he never actually gets his goal, he could survive a longer time,
right?
Because All Might will end up fading and won't have the power really to be there, and then Deku will have to take up the symbol of peace.
Yeah,
I think there could be some really cool future interactions where Deku. I'm thinking way ahead, guys. Like Deku ends up seeing Stain's perspective. I just
seeing it but not agreeing.
Seeing it but not agreeing with it. I think that Deku is so morally lawful good. Mm-hmm. He would completely reject everything Stain spouts.
Yeah.
Everything. And it's to Deku's own kind of naivete, and that, his picture of heroes is All Might. He's looking at the perfect representation of a hero,
and-
so he doesn't feel the need to question it.
What if Stain's perfect representation of a hero is also All Might?
I know it is.
No, and get this.
Uh-huh.
All right, this could be crazy if they did this.
Oh shoot!
Okay,
I'm ready. What is
he
it?
ends up getting a bit of a respect for Deku, right? Because he's like, you actually have that same kind of just plain wanting to be a hero for the sake of being a hero as All Might does, right?
Right.
So what if he basically ended up being something where he saw Deku as the future for humanity, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So he ends up basically being this dark angel watching over him, trying to like make sure that he can become that. So
I like it. I really like it. But that's a bit much because I feel like Deku's naivete is actually going to kill the opportunity for that. That Deku is going to stop him by any means necessary.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's when they'll fight, obviously.
Well, yeah, they'll fight, but because Stain will be better than him, he's not. I don't think he's going to be able to beat him, and Stain will just be in the shadows, and he'll show up at these times, or he'll end up like brutally killing maybe some of Deku's like enemies, villains, you know?
Yeah. And all I want to see is, like you're saying, the Mexican standoff type situation.
Yeah.
Where we have 3 groups or 3 people with completely different ideologies, all wanting something, so they end up having to fight. I mean, in anime, think about it. In kind of battle shonen type stuff, it's really hard to write a fight where 3 parties are all involved.
Yep.
In fact, one of the most recent fights I can think of that was like that, and it was comical, was Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. You had all of them wanting the heart of Davy Jones.
Then you've got like 24 pistols all pointed in different directions.
Well, no. I'm talking about Jack Sparrow.
Oh, yes. Jack Sparrow.
Orlando Bloom. William Turner.
Yeah, William Turner and
the naval guy.
And Mr. Other Guy that gets rejected.
Other guy.
Mr. Friendzone.
But they all had a...
Norrington,
yes, thank you. James Norrington.
Yes.
I remember these things. They had their little 3-on-3 fight. It's kind of like Azula, Zuko and Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar. Aang.
Yeah.
And their little Mexican standoff, but it didn't last long.
No, it didn't.
It didn't last long.
And
they ended up all teaming together to kind of try to stop Azula.
To stop Azula.
Briefly.
And to an extent, it makes sense why that happens so rarely, because from a writing perspective, it'd be hard. From an animation perspective...
It's even harder.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Okay, so do we want to incorporate any bets at all? I think we're a little bit too early for bets.
We're too early for bets, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
We need to find more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, phone going off. Okay. Other than that, this episode had a really emotional moment with him talking about being quirkless before he got One for All.
And then, of course, that part when Iida finds out
got the
that
call with his
brother's
mom.
dead.
So with this next episode, they're going to do the final
big
battle.
Fight. Yeah, the final battle.
So do you think they'll have the fight basically be just the entire episode, kind of like it, and then maybe have a little bit aftermath? Or do you think they're going to kind of dual focus it with this whole Iida, Stain, Tensei plot?
Here's what I could see. They do the battle, right? The final battle of the tournament as the majority of the episode.
Right.
But then towards the end, that's basically when Kurogiri warps Stain into somewhere and starts causing real chaos.
Yeah.
And that's when it basically all just goes to hell.
I like the idea of them working together limitedly, but I don't really like the idea of the villains recruiting him that easily.
No, but they're not recruiting him. They're just saying, "Hey, we'll help you get to where there are heroes that you want to kill because we can teleport you."
I think the only reason that Kurogiri would actually approach someone this dangerous is because, one, he's the only person that can approach him, but also they do want him on their side.
Right.
I feel like there's kind of this thing where there's a battle that's slowly being built up to.
Yeah.
And that the big pieces on each side are whoever is behind Shigaraki's training and all that, and then Shigaraki and Kurogiri, and they are kind of the hands, so to speak, pun intended, with of the main villain to basically go and grab the masses to join them.
Sure.
And Stain is basically an example of someone that rises above the masses, and they're like, "Oh, we need him."
Yeah.
And then All Might is kind of inspiring other people up to the levels at which they will be involved in this fight.
Now, okay.
And then there'll be a lot of side character pro heroes that will be killed, probably, leading up to the actual fight.
Now, okay, here's something I want to point out. We got another mention of All Might's predecessor this episode, and specifically that they weren't quirkless, so they have one for all. Or, I mean, maybe they don't have it anymore because they passed it on to All Might.
Yeah.
But they still have a quirk, right? I could see that person being the villain.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. So
because here's the other thing. In season 1, they went there specifically to kill All Might.
Yeah.
They had a way to kill All Might. How much you want to bet that his All Might's predecessor basically was like, okay, this is what One for All is like, so that's how we can kill him. Get a warp person.
Sure. I think that there's definitely history between the main villain and All Might. I feel like that if it was a One for All user, it's someone like bit previously before that.
Okay.
And it's someone that, this is my theory, that they created a new branch of the One for All tree. Yeah. So someone was like, oh, I'm going to pass it on to someone there. And then they regretted that decision. And before they could, pass it on completely. I don't know if this is how it works.
Then they passed it on to All Might.
But they started another split.
Okay.
So no, there's basically 2 splits, and it might be the apprentice of the person that was passed down the One for All thing, and that one went wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a power that, if you think about it, isn't like, I don't know how strong it really is, because I think there's the super strength aspect, but it's not something to where I would see as this person is a threat to the world. Like, this person could crush All Might, or this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works, but it would be too cliche.
Right. Yeah. So
I feel like they can do the cliche stuff here and execute it well, but I'm just gonna hope that they don't.
Yeah, I don't think if they do have it be someone where it's a predecessor, that had One for All, I don't think they will have it anymore, because that would just be problematic.
Yeah.
But the fact that they know about it, they know all the ins and outs of it.
Sure. Maybe that's
a dangerous weapon in and of itself.
Right. Maybe there's an added bit of knowledge that there's some character out there that's a villain that's aware of all the secrets behind One for All and stuff, and they're feeding the actual villain stuff as kind of their way of vengeance or insert motivation here, kind of thing.
Really good. That was an amazing episode.
It followed up well.
It did. I didn't expect it to follow up this well.
I didn't either. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of fights, and they did that and so much more. In fact, they did so many fights. I'm kind of reeling from the fact that poor, Kirishima and Tokoyami, they went out like easily.
Yeah.
I mean, they fought well. They went out easily.
Yes.
So Bakugo is bringing his full metal everything.
But that's just to build him up so that he.
I think still
Todoroki.
Todoroki's gonna win.
Oh yeah, totally.
The aspect of this that will be good is that Todoroki will be able to use his fire in such a way that he's willing to actually use it of his own accord now. It can be kind of
possibly,
a follow-up.
Yeah.
And Bakugo's just not ready for that. Bakugo's just not ready for that.
Yep.
I mean, there could be a world where Bakugo wins, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so. Yeah. He needs to lose.
He needs to kickstart his maturity character development.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this was a lot of fun. If you want to check out the next episode, go check out our Patreon in the link in the description, and you can watch the next episode right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see you again next time. All right?
Yep.
But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.